Now, I never heard of this story, but when I saw it, I had to jump on this. So you have a brother by the name of Blvd. Okay, he was a Marine, and a white teen has been charged in relation to the death of the former Marine after he pushed the veteran between the cars of a CTA train in downtown Chicago on April 7th. So Ryan Munn, 18, of North Center, was arrested on April 10 and charged with one count of first-degree murder. Now, Chicago police say Blvd, he was 29 years old, of West Rogers Park, was waiting for a train at the Jackson Red Line stop in a 200 block of South State Street around 5 p.m. Tuesday when he encountered Munn and two other men began arguing with him. Now, I say, according to the reports, is that for someone who seen the surveillance video of the incident after initial confrontation, they said Blvd began walking away from the men. The brother was de-escalating. One of the assailants pursued the still smiling victim and began punching him. Then another, later identified by police as Munn, joined in, punching Blvd and shoving him until he fell in between the cars of the train that was pulling out of the station. Now, as Blvd tried to free himself, he would be dragged away by the train and slammed into the metal partition, killing him. The CTA surveillance footage had led to the Friday arrest, according to the police. Now, his dad, Al, expressed anger of the senseless violent act against his son. It said the grieving father told Fox 32 Chicago that shared with him his son didn't want to fight. And one thing that I would tell you, brothers, never turn your back on the enemy. Never turn your back on the enemy, because you have to understand the white supremacist is like, like how a dog, when you confront a dog and, they can be kind of afraid of you, but you turn your back and walk away and a dog will run up behind you and bite you. That's the white supremacist. Understand that. You never turn your back on the enemy. You walk back away. You keep your eyes on your open enemy at all times. Never, ever turn your back on the enemy. And he was a Marine. He should have known better than that, just being a Marine. Now, they said that Blvd served in the Marine Corps from 2008 to 2015. Soon after high school, he did 2 tours in Afghanistan. After signing up with the Marines, he said a decision his father encouraged him to join says he now regrets. He said when he came back from Afghanistan the second time, he wasn't my son. He said the father told the news. He said he was not the man I knew. He said he feared that his son, whom he considered the smartest of his 4 boys, would die early. And one thing that I don't, encourage, I don't encourage our black children to join the military. I never encourage that. And the reason why I don't encourage it is because we are treated like 5th class citizens. And until black people are respected, then let all these different people that the Democrats are fighting for, let them go do their time. Black people have fought in every conflict. Black people have fought in every war, and we still aren't respected. But we got people coming into this country, subgroups within groups, haven't done anything that we have done, and they get more concessions, more respect, more laws than we have ever gotten in 500 years. Understand? We had the first so-called black president made sure to usher in a subgroup within the white community, that's mostly who led that, over us, and trying to attach them to our civil rights movement. You understand? So I say let the rest of them go in and do all the heavy lifting. We need to fix our community first. We need to fight for our community globally first. Then once we fix our issues and problems, then we can think about other things, because we need all hands on deck. But this brother's grave mistake, and don't make those mistakes, brothers or sisters. Don't turn your back on the white supremacists. Don't. Assess everything. Now, I've known people that came back from the war and they wasn't the same. I've known people like that. And it's sad. It is utterly sad when that happens to them. And this country doesn't take care of veterans, no matter who they are. They don't. You got veterans right now underneath bridges, but they fought for this country. But yeah, we got senators and Congress people. They get paid their salaries just about forever. Because one thing, they say they love the veterans, but where's the laws that say that veterans should get paid for life? Where's the laws? You understand? Especially if you fought in a tour of war, then you should get paid for the rest of your life because you served your country, right? And actually, that would encourage more people to join the military, beyond which you say, wait a minute, hold on, I can get a salary for the rest of my life if I do a tour or I do so many years in the military, well, I know you can get a retirement from the military. I think you do 20 years, if I'm not mistaken, those of you who are in the military but I'm saying if you do a tour, then you should get paid for the rest of your life. You should, without doing your 20 years. Either do your 20 years or do a tour, and you should get paid, period. Being a veteran of a war. They never present that. See, a person like me, if I had to be president, that would be something I would present. I was just saying, it don't make no sense that you got veterans underneath the bridge. That's wrong. So you send them to war and then you just cast them away and that's it? Like, what kind of patriotism is that? Now, you will tell people they're patriotic when they're in the military, but where's your patriotism supporting veterans? That's just like bottom line. You always support your military service members, always. And this country has a horrible job of protecting its veterans, serving them, seeing to their needs, no matter who they are. They are very equal on the mistreatment of veterans. They don't care about color on that. But, I hate this happened to this brother and everything. But we have to learn off of every video that we make. Don't turn your back on an open enemy, no matter who they are, because the enemies could be within our own community too. Never turn your back on anybody you argue with. Don't walk away from somebody like that. No, back away until they get clearly out your sight. You do not want no sneak attacks. And that's what happened to this brother. They snuck up on him, and this is what happened. Don't turn your back on your open enemies. But leave me a comment. Let me know what you think about this particular story with this brother. I mean, I hate to hear that brother died that way. God, I hate to hear that. And these fools need the death penalty, because I support the death penalty 100% with incidents like this. But we have to always understand when we're dealing with the white supremacists, and especially when it's a bunch of them like that, they're going to pull certain moves because they normally coward. If they either going to do it in a group or they got to have a gun. I told you that. I've studied them long enough. They're just not going to mess with you like that unless they feel that, you're somebody they can do something to. But I hope the family could, definitely process this. But we as a community have been seeing things like this forever. Never turn your back on an open enemy.